want to talk about your connections in the past, because this goes way back to Stardust, of course, 2007.
Yes.
Henry, give me a sense of where you were at in your life when that came around, because by looking at the career, you were a working actor. You had a prosperous career. You'd done kind of Monte Cristo. Maybe Tudors was around the corner.
Yeah.
Was it a big opportunity, a big moment to get into the audition room for Matthew Vaughn in Stardust at the time?
Obviously, yes. I think it's interesting that you said, I was a working actor, had my career going. At that stage of a career, you don't feel like you have your career going at all. It takes like a solid 15 years and go like, I guess
they're not
things are going okay. Yeah. It was wonderful working with Matthew, because I just got to see what it was like working on one of those movies where you're working with a director who has a particular vision. And I've worked with Kevin Reynolds before as well, fantastic director. But this was my other big movie. And Matthew was very generous with all of us. I have a lasting memory of us all spending time with him in his house. And that was a really, really good experience, because you got to see the mind of the person who's creating the thing, and also spend time with the person. And you realize that there is a life outside of just the work on set. And coming from the sort of background I came from, it's all about work, work, work. And Matthew showed me that it can be both. And I think I'd forgotten that lesson for many years. But then being back on set, you're reminded, and you think, oh, this can be fun, and it can be about connections, and you're supposed to have a great time. And Matthew's just good at cultivating that environment.
I would also imagine, just as, again, our many conversations about the kind of films and stuff we were raised on, that was basically the first kind of genre project you'd done.
Yeah.
So it must have been exciting just to be in that world.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I was there so briefly, mind.
Well, you made an impact, Humphrey.
Yeah. I love seeing people's faces. They're like, oh my God, that was you in that movie.
What is it with you and giving him unusual haircuts in movies? It goes back to Humphrey. People are talking about this one.
When you're blessed with this face, it gives you poetic license to have a little bit more fun with it.
I mean, he was the first person to give me the moustache.
Right.
Yeah.
Mission Impossible, eat your heart out. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's. I suppose, actually, one of the great things is that Matthew allows me to be characters, which a lot of people don't. They want me to be a certain thing. Yeah. And so I'm really enjoying acting more now, being a bit more loose and enjoying playing something left of stoic.
Right. Yeah, and there's some inherent...
Left of stoic, I like.
Yeah.
We went to the same school, which you're old Stoics.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Yeah.
So do you remember what you saw in that first audition way back when?
Well, with Henry, charm. And, Humphrey was meant to be sort of, what's the word? A dick, right?
I was waiting. I was really curious.
I was trying to find
it.
But he had to have a charm to him, especially at the end. And I was always wanting the look that you have between De Niro and yourself at the end was just, it's priceless. And I knew Henry could do that. Like Henry would I just knew he could do it. I had no doubt. No doubt.